There are many sounds in nature which can result in a multitude of feelings. You know the ones: peaceful, scared, invigorated, and so on. Bubbling brooks, fire crackling, birds chirping, the calling of elk, and plenty of other garden variety sounds have I heard. But one day, I heard the eeriest sound I've ever heard. Chasing winter steelhead is a good way to encounter the sound as you glide down the river in your pontoon. You meander through a landscape covered in drops of snow, like a fountain of frosting ran into the riparian features, in a somehow splendid mixture of cold and colder. You float over large pods of second, third, and fourth year steelhead. You float to the water's edge and cast the most hopeful cast a river fisherman can cast. The splash of the sometimes bombastic, sometimes tumbling silver bullet is without a doubt a sound bath of thrilling proportions. But alas, as every person who has set out for steelhead knows, between the splashes lies the fever. The frail mind that comes from steelhead fever fills the canyon in a silence that only the sound of the sleet can attest to fully. The splashless silence fills large gaps of fishless time. Back in the boat and row as quietly as possible. And then it comes. The flurry of sleet hits the water like 1,000 miniature ice cubes, with their tiny crackles multiplied like a glacier making chilly, otherworldly noise, transitioning from a previous state of solidity and sovereignty. The sleet is absorbed by the river, beginning with one screeching crackle. Together the sleet surround you and sing a shrill steel chorus, and then melt into what is next. The winter does that around here. The fever brings people to it. It is a freezing gauntlet, the unwavering, equal opportunity punisher, bound to render frigid soul, perhaps cryogenically preserving before melting into spring. It's the end of the day. I'm rolling solo, and my thoughts turn spooky in the darkness of night. For the solo journeyman, nighttime brings bears closer and puts heathens right outside your sleeping quarters. It's been 4 days on the road, and my headspace is beginning to get very primordial and consequently loud. I don't pack heat, which introduces a frantic mental element to the vulnerability that comes with various threats of the imagination. As I prepare to call it a day, the only distraction from this feeling of vulnerability is the noise I make as I get comfortable in my sleeping bag. I'm almost hesitant to stop moving, as I know by experience that once you stop, so does the noise. leaving you with nothing but the pulverizing silence and your imagination. There is nowhere to run at that point, and there is no way around, only through. The silence is deafening, and you must endure. It is in these moments that all distractions are gone, and you are left with only the truth. A truth that is always there, but is so predominantly upstaged by the constant prioritization made necessary by our day-to-day decisions and the contracts we make with our expectations in life. At first, the silence seems bitter, but eventually it becomes a part of your healing process. In life, we need healing. In society, we need silence and stillness. You're out there alone, and there's no one but you. In this case, me. And I stop. As I lay there, lo, I whispered softly to the night.